Hello lovers, welcome to the Butterfly Effect podcast hosted by myself, Lauren Amy. This is for those who are ready to take up space, who are living a soft life loudly and are ready to savor the sweetness in each moment. Here we're going to embrace transformation, the beauty of the in-between and the magic of becoming. So pull up a seat and listen in because life is delicious and it's about goddamn time we eat it up. Hello Stanners, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast and welcome to the birthday edition from Prague. Oh, honeys, I am having the best day. I'm literally recording this on my birthday. So for you guys, it's a Wellness Wednesday. For me, it's a delightful little Sunday celebrating my birthday here in Prague. And honestly, I'm just having the best time. I've just been dilly-dallying to my heart's content, just living in my own world. And it's just felt like absolute medicine. I can't believe I got home tomorrow. I think I'm going to be very, very sad to go home. It does feel like I could spend easily a week out here just exploring. Prague is a beautiful city. It's so stunning. It's a very romantic city as well. Even today, it's been raining quite a bit today. And yes, I got caught out in the rain. And yes, that was quite terrifying as my hair was freshly pink. But we managed to save it. I managed to run to a Lidl and get a emergency umbrella. So that's fine. But even in the rain, it just feels so beautiful. It just feels so romantic. And I've had a lovely time. Now, you guys know that I have been creating a vlog of the Prague adventures, which is very exciting. So a lot of the ins and outs of this trip, a lot of what I've got up to will be in the vlog. So I'm not going to go in too much depth now, but I am going to tell you a little bit about my birthday because it has been so joyous. So this morning let's rewind to last night a little bit. I took myself on a solo night out, which you guys know wouldn't be the first time, but it would be the first time I've done that abroad, okay? And obviously doing anything solo can feel somewhat daunting, but I suppose there's maybe another layer when you do it abroad because of the safety aspect, especially when you're going on a solo night out, right? But whenever I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone, I've always been rewarded in some way, shape or form, okay? So last night I really wanted to go to the Anonymous bar and I've learned a bit about this bar, and actually I would really recommend this place to any female who is traveling alone because I immediately felt so safe, I felt so looked after, and I had the best evening. I don't think I would have got the same experience if I went anywhere else. So as soon as I walked in, one of the barmen was like, hello, and I was like, hi. And because I was there on my own, you automatically get seated at the bar, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I was placed opposite the main barman. I don't know if you'd say bar manager. That sounds more, that kind of dilutes it a little bit. I think he was, I don't know what you call it. You know when a fancy wine person, like a wine expert, is called a sommelier. What's a cocktail expert? You know, when they craft cocktails, it's the profession, that's their career. They're not just working at a bar, that is their career. I can't remember what that career is called. But yeah, I was sat in front of the main guy and he immediately was telling me the story behind the bar, and apparently it's actually to do with Guy Fawkes. So it's based off this comic book called V for Vendetta, which is based off Guy Fawkes and his plot to burn down Parliament. The gunpowder plot, which is very apt as it's nearing November 5th. Actually, when this episode is going to go out, is it going to be November 5th? 3rd, 4th? Oh my God, is it actually going to be November 5th? Wow. We love that. Serendipity. So he's telling me about the bar and the comic book, and he even brought out the comic book, and he was telling me all about how the different cocktails were made or what they're inspired by. So there's a menu of cocktails, but they have names, but you don't exactly know what's in them. You get given almost like riddles, and you get to decipher the riddle, if you will, or just kind of choose one that stands out for you. And I chose one, and he told me it was a whiskey base, and I was like, well, okay, that might be a bit too rough to start with. But then he picked out another one for me, and it was delightful. And there I was. I just started like chatting to the barman. There was another guy sat next to me as well. He was like half Maltese, half something else. A very cool guy, but I wasn't really interested in talking to him. He saw me vlogging and he was like, "Oh my God, you're a vlogger." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." But anyway, he was really sweet, but I was just more interested in like enjoying my night. And it was my intention to maybe just go out and have one drink. Even if I just went and had one drink and then came back to my apartment, that would be a success. Cut to a good few hours later, and I think I'm about 5 drinks in. Let me tell you, these barmen just really looked after me. And I said to them, I was like, "It's my birthday in like 20 minutes. What's going to be a good drink to welcome in my birthday?" And he recommended one. I was like, "Okay, cool." But before that one arrived, he made something else, and he'd made 2 and he placed them both in front of me. And he was like, "So this is like I can't remember what it was, but it was almost like a champagne Prosecco kind of drink." And he said, "This is a great drink for celebrations. Happy birthday." And he cheers me. He had the other one. And then before I know it, they were playing the "It's my birthday, it's my birthday." And honestly, I just felt so like looked after in that moment, because they were all like there celebrating with me. And I was just having a little moment with my free drink. And I just felt great. A few more drinks down the line. They also made me a free shot at some point. Again, lovely. He asked me if I wanted popcorn. I'm like, free snacks? Absolutely. I mean, I was concerned because I was like, am I paying for this popcorn? And actually, I didn't even look at the bill. I didn't look at what items were listed on the bill. I just saw the number and went, okay. I mean, it was like slightly problematic in paying that bill, because I don't know if you guys have ever had it on the Revolut card where it's declined payment to do with your location. It was saying like the transaction isn't being made in accordance with my location. The most bizarre thing ever. And honestly, I nearly went into a full panic because I was like, "Oh my God, there's money on the account, I promise." And it was really embarrassing because these guys have just looked after me for the entire evening and now it's looking like I can't pay them. But anyway, they let me run out to an ATM. That was so fine. Again, slightly mortifying. And I was like, "Guys, I could have like absolutely ran away there. Were you not worried that I was just going to like leave you high and dry?" And he was like, "Nah, it's all right. Even if you did, it's fine." I was like, no, my conscience could never. So yeah, she had a bit of a late night last night, a few cheeky bevs, went out with the intention of having one, had way more than one, but also I wasn't really feeling the effects of any of these drinks either. I was just feeling really, really happy, really, really good. Made it back to my apartment all safe and sound, and then messaged my mother saying that I was also home safe and sound before she started panicking. She'd probably been panicking the entire evening. "Mother, it is all good. I'm fine. I am well. You can go to sleep now." And then as I say, woke up this morning and, albeit slightly jaded and fatigued and maybe like an initial hangover, but mostly just the tiredness. But I woke up and it was my birthday. Well, to be fair, I did go to sleep and it was still my birthday. I just woke up a little bit later that morning, but yeah, really, really sweet. I just woke up feeling just really content, just really calm, really content, really chilled. Got to open up my gorgeous cards, even got to open up a card which I'd been given from a guy that I'd went on a second date with. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to go any further, but how cute is it that he showed up to this second date with a card for me? Oh, that was lovely. Actually, I have oh no, that's really awkward. I've messaged him to say thank you for the card. I sent him a voice note wishing him well. I've not had anything back. Has he read it? Oh God, that's really sad. Maybe he was a bit like sad that I said that it wasn't going to go any further. Oh, it's not saying that he's read it. Maybe he's ignored it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not interested anyway. And then I heard from my family, heard from my friends, and again, it was just so lovely. Guys, I actually don't think I've ever received this many DMs and messages from people, from followers, from yogis, all wishing me a happy birthday. So, so lovely. And again, what I was saying last week, maybe even the week before, you know, like I was told not to expect much for this birthday, therefore the only person that's going to make this birthday special for me is me. But you guys really came through. You guys have showered me with love from afar, and it's been so beautiful. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And then it was off to continue with the rest of my day and just, again, continue dilly-dallying to my heart's content. One thing I did do today that I know you guys are all itching to hear about, and again, it is going to be in the vlog, but I'm going to mention it here, is that your girl took herself to a nudist spa today. Now, when I was looking at saunas and spas in Prague, you have to be kind of careful because I found one called Sauna Central. However, there is another one called Sauna Club. Now, Sauna Central, legit sauna, what you expect it to be, wellness, okay? Sauna Club is less wellness, more debauchery. It's less wellness and perhaps a little bit more playful. I don't know how else to describe it, but wellness after dark, I guess. I don't know. Now, I'd heard about this in all my Googling, so I was like, okay, I need to make sure I'm booking for Sauna Central and not Sauna Club. And then I happened to see a TikTok on Sauna Central, and the girl was like, guys, be wary, this is a full nudist spa. And I was like, oh God, okay, all right. But it was the only one that I found that I'd kind of liked, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go for it. And to be fair, if you've ever done the White Springs in Glastonbury, that is all naked as well. I did that for summer solstice, so really done it once, you can do it again. And at least like at the sauna, they at least give you a towel and a sheet to kind of like cover yourself with. At the White Springs, you got nothing. It's literally just you in your birthday suit, as was the case for me today. Just me and my birthday suit. What a better way to celebrate, right? Celebrating the same way I came into this earth. Anyway, I'm walking to Sauna Central and I nearly had the fear of God put into me, right? Because instead of seeing signs for Sauna Central, I see signs for Sauna Club. And I'm like, no, please tell me I've got this right. Please tell me I've not mucked this up. Anyway, found it, was met by a lovely receptionist who talked me through everything that I needed to know and was given a sheet and a towel and was explicitly told nothing else. No swimwear, nothing else whatsoever. Just the sheet, just the towel. And I'm like, okay. Now, there was a bit of confusion in actually figuring out where I needed to go, which ended up me wandering up this set of stairs naked, just wrapped in a sheet, which again you're gonna hear about in the vlog, which was again absolutely hilarious, and I needed to very timidly pop back to reception and be like, where am I supposed to go? Anyway, the receptionist led me to where I was meant to be and introduced me to my male masseur, I don't know. And this man said hello, and I was like, hello. And he proceeded to take me down this small, like, hidden door, down this very suspicious looking corridor into an even more suspicious looking room. And then quite simply said, okay, lie down with nothing else, on you, and I'll give you a couple minutes. And I was like, wait, do you want me face down? I had to clarify some details because I didn't want to be wrong, right? I didn't want him to come back in and be like, actually, you've done this wrong, So confirmed that I needed to be lying face down and to use the sheet to cover me, not the towel. Okay, cool, got that sorted. And he was like, I'll give you a few minutes. And I'm like, to be fair, honey, you're going to need like 30 seconds because it's not like I've got any clothing to take off. I'm already naked. I'm already how you need me to be. Anyway, I lie down on this couch and I just mentally prepare for whatever is about to happen, for this man to lay his hands on me. And hopefully it's going to be a nice, pleasant experience. And also I was kind of confused because there's been no preamble, there's been no conversation. When you go for a massage with Danny and Danny's like, okay, honey, how are we feeling? What do you feel like you need? She'll get you to pick out an essential oil. None of that. And I was literally like in the back of my mind like, Danny, help me. Anyway, he comes back in. I have fortunately done everything right. And he's like, okay, cool. What would you like? And this is my birthday, and I'm like, I'm going to get a full body massage. I've paid for the hour. Like, I want the entirety of my body to receive a little bit of comforting, nourishing, relaxing touch, please. And I asked him to pay particular attention to my shoulders and my lower back. And he was like, okay, would you like it to be more relaxing or would you want like firm pressure? And I was like, firm pressure. I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that was a mistake, okay? If you have a male massaging you, always ask for relaxing because my God, I am going to have bruises. It starts very nice. It starts like massaging my neck, my shoulders. I'm like, lovely. Oh, and also he pulls the towel back and he pulls it and I'm like, okay, wow, like half my ass is out. Okay, cool, right, sure. And I remember like having to hold my shit together, like, don't laugh, don't giggle, don't laugh, you're fine, it's okay. Like he's just looking at my ass crack. He can just see it. There's nowhere I can hide. I'm just lying face down. I can see his feet wandering around. And I'm like, hold it together, hold it together. He starts massaging my neck, my shoulders. Lovely. He does work his way down to my lower back, which is what I requested. But he pulls the towel back further. So not only is half my ass out, the entirety of my ass is out. And I'm just like, okay, cool, right, sure, here we go. He starts massaging my glutes and there's one point where he tells me to relax and I'm like, I'm sorry, but good sir, you I'm like, good sir, I am as naked as the day I entered into this earth. You've got your elbow pressing into my gluteus maximus quite firmly that I'm not sure whether I'm enjoying it or not. And you have the cheek, no pun intended, actually every pun intended, you have the cheek telling me to relax. But also, again, in my head, I'm thinking, do it for the plot, do it for the plot, do it for the podcast, do it for the podcast. So this is all for you guys. I just got naked in front of a stranger and had him press his elbow into my buttocks for the sake of entertainment. Another part of the massage that greatly took me by surprise is where he starts, I can't even like describe it. He starts like chopping me up like he's like chopping like diced onion up ready for a stew or something. He's like jabbing at my back and like, you know, when people take the mick out of like massages and like they start doing the chopping action. I was like, is this a joke? Like, is this actually part of the service? Like, this is what I paid for. Okay, cool. Again, sure. Do it for the podcast, do it for entertainment. The first time took me by surprise, and obviously I am aware he's going to repeat it on the second side. Did he still give me any warning that he was about to chop me up like an onion? No, he just went for it. By the end, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm thoroughly diced, I'm ready to be put in a vat of boiling water, ready for whatever stew you are about to make. I genuinely think there were many moments where I just completely disassociated. I can't even remember what he looked like, because I was just like, so like, what is happening here? What am I entering into? What have I just signed myself up for? Somehow an hour goes by, and then to signify the end of the massage, he leans down and gets real close to my ear, and he's like, "Thank you very much." And I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you very much. Thank you for that delightful service. Thank you for that delightful massage in which I'm not sure if I've just been fondled or abused or what. I generally don't know at this point." But also on a serious note, it was a lovely massage, and as I say, did it for the plot, no regrets, all fine. And then I got to enjoy the sauna afterwards, which I didn't have to pay for. I literally just paid like, again, I don't know the currency here. I don't understand it. I don't know the currency exchange. But I think I paid like £40 for that massage and didn't have to pay for the sauna or anything else. So a win is a win. Went out into the sauna, saw my fair share of boobs, bums, and a lot of willies. Happy birthday, me. And now here we are. Here we are. I've had a shower. I'm ready to head out and take myself for my birthday meal. But obviously I wanted to sit down and record this podcast episode to give you a little insight on all the Prague adventures and all the frolicking I have been doing. But also you guys have sent in some questions. So I thought I'd sit and read a few of these as well. Okay, so the first one is, aside from yoga, what is your go-to pick-me-up when you just feel blur? Getting out of the country and coming to Prague? No, it's tricky. You say aside from yoga because, to be honest, like anything movement, anything that moves my body, like I'm always moving, I'm always wriggling. Like I love to have my post-yoga wriggle after class once everyone's gone, because that is my practice then. That is my time to decompress and to kind of shake off the day. But when I'm feeling blur, I think it's giving myself permission to retreat. Giving myself that permission to just be in my own space and be in my own company. Yeah, that's become a real like sacred practice of mine. I spend a lot of time outside of teaching. I actually do spend a lot of time on my own, and I think as a result of that, I say this on the vlog as well, you guys are going to hear it, that I've somehow created within my own mind this real safe headspace. So when I am on my own, like, and in my own head, it's actually a safe place to be. And I mean, it's taken a lot of time to understand and like create a lot of compassion, because yeah, you do have days where you're feeling blur, not motivated, luteal phase feels unstoppable. But it's recognizing that. It's recognizing that and being like, okay, cool. This is like a dip in serotonin. This is a dip in oxytocin. This is my hormones at play here. And I really have to remind myself like of that each month, because like I guarantee you for nearly 2 weeks, every month, this is a lot, I will have that moment where I feel incredibly uninspired, incredibly unmotivated, and I will literally think to myself, I'm doing things wrong, you know? So to pick myself up and out of that is to, again, retreat, have compassion for myself, take time for myself, and move through it in the only way I know how, which is literally getting into my body and just letting things manifest in movement and however it happens to be. And then obviously there's the typical things like I have a gorgeous small group of friends around me now that are just so lovely to hang out with. You know, when you sometimes have the like friends that you almost have to perform with, you almost have to like, I don't know, it's like a performative kind of friendship that actually ends up draining your energy rather than replenishing it, right? I'm so fortunate with the friends that I have that they all replenish my energy and they help fuel that compassion and they help lift my spirits up as well. Yeah, I'm very grateful for the friends I have. Yeah, so my go-to pick-me-up is actually, allowing myself to retreat and pouring compassion into myself as best I can. It's not one thing that I'll do. It's not like, I don't know, go to a spa or go on a solo adventure or change scenery. It's not that. It's allowing myself to retreat, turn down the noise. That's definitely a big thing. Yeah, turning down the external noise and figuring out, okay, what is going to serve me right now, and move intuitively through that. So it's not necessarily one thing. It kind of stems from that retreating, from that act of compassion. And then before I know it, I've moved through it and, ready for the next thing. Okay. So, and then another question is, what are you most looking forward to in your 30s, and what was your biggest achievement in your 20s? Okay, I want to start with my 20s first. I don't know if this is bad to say, but if I'm completely honest, guys, my biggest achievement in my 20s was actually becoming single. I don't mean that in a harsh way to my ex. It just is the case, you know. My biggest achievement was standing up for myself and showing up for myself, because everything that has happened since and the way in which I have entered my 30s is because of that. I'm so grateful for that moment, even the trauma that unfolded as a result of it and all the unraveling that happened. Yeah, that's honestly for my self-development and my personal development, that has absolutely been the catalyst for everything that has unfolded and how I've moved through into my 30s. I mean, there's other things along the way, like early on in my 20s, that I'm super proud of as well. Like definitely establishing my business is one of them, as that like, God, baby, like what, 24-year-old? I think I was 24, yeah. Baby 24-year-old who had been fresh out of finishing a master's degree, knew no one in the area, but had this just sheer tenacity and will and delusion to just keep on going. And I've spoken about this before on the podcast because it feels like I'm having to call upon her again in these new avenues of work, in trying new things and just, again, pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I'm having to call upon my younger self's tenacity and delusion and just trust that things are unfolding in the way they're meant to. And yeah, being reminded of her, of my 24-year-old self, again, it allows me to feel proud of that as well. So yeah, becoming single, starting my business. I'm not gonna lie, even like going back further, like the things I did in my master's degree, the performances I did, yeah, I'm still very proud of them to this day. Like I created some epic work. I don't know if I've like mentioned this on the podcast before, but yeah, my final dissertation piece for my master's degree, I performed with drones on stage. I'm going to have to dig out the footage of that at some point. And yeah, that's still some work that I'm so proud of because it was so innovative at the time. And I often think about going back to do a PhD. I was highly encouraged to do a PhD at the time because no one else was exploring the research I was doing. And who knows, maybe I'll go back to it one day. But yeah, I was incredibly proud of the work I created during that master's degree. Even got to perform it out in America as well and go on tour to America. That was incredible. And yeah, they're the few things that are standing out right now. Moving to Bedford, again, knowing no one, starting from absolute scratch and just creating something out of nothing. Yeah. And then in terms of what I'm looking forward to in my 30s, again, I think it stems from that catalyst in my 20s, right, and becoming single and then continuing to move towards the things that I want, the things that I'm hoping to create, and having that audacity to move towards them. And then, again, that trust, that faith that everything, again, is unfolding as it's meant to. So I suppose what I'm looking forward to is each day, really. This might sound really wanky, I don't know, but like each day is another new opportunity where I don't know what's going to happen. I can hope what's going to happen, but I think since becoming single, there's just been so much opportunity and so much potential brought to my door. It's like I blew the door wide off its hinges, and there's so much yet to come that I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea how everything's going to unfold, but I'm excited for everything. I'm excited. Like, I can't really pick out one thing that I'm excited for in my 30s because really it is everything. All the range of emotions I might go through, the moments of frustration where I'm not sure why things aren't working, to the moments of like the heartbreak again, where things don't go the way I wanted them to the moments of joy where, I don't know, there's some success or something, to happiness, to connections being made, to connections being lost or reforming. I don't know, this constant, continuous evolution and just witnessing things unfold and taking my own pace with it all the while. That is what I'm most looking forward to. I think I was able to enter my 30s being the most sure of myself I have ever been. Now that I'm 31, like, that's just continuing. Nothing has changed. If anything, that's continuing to get amplified more and more. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it all. I'm looking forward to it all. Someone said to me before I turned 30 that this is the decade where everything happens. And whether that's true or not, and depends on your definition of everything, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it all, and I'm going to do my best to embrace it all as it comes. Yeah. And then, how are we doing for time? Okay, I'm just going to answer one more question because I actually do really need to head out. But final question, were you scared/nervous on your first solo trip? Okay, so this is my second solo trip abroad. My first solo trip abroad was to Milan for my 30th last year. And I've been thinking back to that quite a bit. Like, was I nervous? Was I scared? And I think absolutely I was. I think Milan was probably a bit more complicated than Prague because I wasn't necessarily staying in the centre. I had to figure out how I was going to get to my hotel. But, you know, I did figure it out. And for the most part, everything was like smooth sailing. And then when it comes to this trip, like, I think there was maybe like a little bit of like butterflies in my tummy, a little bit. But I think that was more excitement, knowing that I was about to do something incredible for myself. I think the only times I've got a bit nervous, I mean, the flight was quite nerve-wracking, and again, you'll hear about that on the vlog. I thought I was about to die. I thought my life was literally about to be over. So that was like a scary moment because, you know, I'm on my own. I literally had thoughts like, oh my God, I've not told my mum that I loved her. You know what I mean? Hopefully not manifesting that for my flight back tomorrow. Like, everything's, again, going to be fine. So that was a moment I was, like, actually quite scared. But the only other moments I've been, like, nervous is maybe last night going to a bar on my own, because you guys have seen it. I did a solo night out in Brighton earlier this year, but that was my first solo. But this last night was my first solo night out solo night out abroad anywhere. And, you know, things are quite different abroad. You don't know your surroundings as well. You don't know what people are going to be like as well. So, yeah, maybe I was a bit nervous for that. But like I said earlier on, anytime I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone, I have always been rewarded. Again, there is so much to be seen. There is so much to be experienced once you push past that initial, like, nervousness. And actually, when you are nervous about something, when you are scared about something, it just means you care about it. It just means that you, like, again, me, for example, the reason I was nervous for Milan and maybe in some ways nervous for this is because I know I'm about to create something. I'm about to show up for myself in a way I haven't done yet. I'm about to seek out new opportunity. I'm about to create a new adventure for myself. It's because I care about it. That's why I'm nervous. Not necessarily nervous if anything's going to go wrong, because things go wrong every day. Things go wrong all the while. And if I were to spend all my time getting nervous, getting anxious about every single thing, I wouldn't do anything. You know what I mean? So in answer to this question, yeah, I probably was. But did I hold on to that nervousness, like, now so that I remember it? No, like, I can't really remember feeling nervous because before I knew it, I'd moved past it. Does that make sense? But again, I am so thrilled I have made this happen for myself. I've had an incredible time and it's not over just yet. As I say, I'm going to hopefully take myself out for a birthday meal now. It is 8 o'clock. I do need to head out very, very soon. And yeah, as I say, it's been a gorgeous trip. I can't wait for you guys to see the vlog. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, hopefully lots more crazy adventures on the way. Maybe this has inspired you to go on your own solo trip. Oh, that's interesting. Guys, I met a guy today out in Prague, an American man. He's just messaged me. Interesting. Anyway, let's park that for now. As I say, I hope this has inspired you to go on a solo trip yourself, explore, see the world. Life has so much to offer. And once you push past that initial nervousness, there is something amazing waiting for you on the other side, I promise. And if you need that hype girl, I volunteer. All right, honeys, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to head out for my birthday meal and I will see you when I'm back in the UK. Sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for supporting me, for wishing me happy birthday. I've had the most special time and yeah. Oh, thank you so much, honeys. All right. Love you loads. Mwah. right, stunners, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast. I hope it has left you feeling suitably inspired. And as always, please don't forget to rate and review, like and subscribe, all those lovely things, as not only does this help the podcast grow, but it also helps us to reach more beautiful souls who need to hear these conversations. And of course, come hang out with me over on Instagram and TikTok at LaurenAmyYD, and follow the pod at butterflyeffect.pod. You can also dive deeper into yoga, meditations, poetry, and so much more with me over on Patreon. Until next time, keep living a soft life loudly because you know you deserve it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Mwah!